Hello everybody, this is Moonrogue and welcome to another video of a game. Is this really a game? No, this looks like a peaceful, relaxing lake. Perhaps it's a fishing simulator. Perhaps it's a relaxing simulator. Who knows? Well, here's a clue what it is. Oh my goodness. It's NoLimits 2, the roller coaster simulator. And what good timing. Let's just watch the train and then I'll get into what this is. Whee! Look at it go. And listen to the lovely splish splashing in the waves. Whoa! Alright. So this is NoLimits 2. This is a sequel to NoLimits 1. NoLimits 1 came out all the way back in the year 2000. Almost 14 years ago. Hard to believe. And NoLimits 2 just came out this January. It has a lot of enhancements over the first one. When you first look at it, it doesn't look a lot different from NoLimits 1. But it's the details that really make the difference. And particularly in the editor, I mean, the main point of this is, you know, you can share rides and look at rides and do all that stuff. But the main point is the editor, is to let you build your own rides. And it has been much expanded and enhanced and made easier. So much so that I built it. I know it's a terrible ride. It has a big hill and then one drop and then a little inverted turnaround here. I forget what that's called. An inverted 180, something like that. But I did all the, and got a little lake there. It's but I was able to do all this in about an hour and a half maybe, and that was including learning where all the buttons were. So we'll get into the editor shortly. I just want to, but let's take a ride on the old whatever this is. This is a floorless, looks like a B&M, which you only know about if you're a coaster nerd. But let's just ride it. Let's ride from the left seat, so we can look out over the lovely. Oh my God! Whee! Again, that's not a great ride, but it was just done to demonstrate what you can do in just a very short period of time. That's the strengths even come up after the gate closes. Go ahead, and now we can leave and get on with the rest of our day here at the park. So that was that. Let's go into the editor so you can see what this all actually looks like when you're putting it together. This is Pinback Gardens, and the name of the ride is the Moonrogue. That's just every fake name I've ever come up with is involved in this amusement park. So again, it looks a little slicker than the original editor. Now it has its own little tabs and things, where the old one was pretty much standard Windows widgets and interfaces. But the good parts is all the hidden stuff that you wouldn't know unless you actually tried to create a ride. So generally, here's what you're looking at: a wireframe diagram, and all you do is you add these little blue balls. You get your blue balls and you add them wherever you want the track to turn. And you see if you drag the blue ball, oh, it just it moves the track wherever you move it. And you can add more and more and more. Or let's say I want this to go way out there, or come out. Well, now you don't want it to go underground. And so that's the basic idea. You just keep adding track segments and make your track. And some of them are different colors. The pink one that's the brake section to usually slow down before you get in the station. The brown is the station segment, Green, you can probably tell, is the lift hill, and everything else is a normal track. Now what's amazing about this is it has pretty much every type of track and coaster that exists in real life, and the details are remarkable. I mean, it goes so far as to let you change how worn down the tracks look, and every nut and bolt and screw in a real life coaster is represented in the not in the wireframe view, of course, because this is where you're adding your track, and as you can see, you can add supports and all them things like that. You can add lights. Here's a little light that spins around and floats in midair and spins around. I was just messing around with some of the scenery objects. And you make your own terrain. NoLimits 1, all of this stuff, like the terrain and the supports and things, were separate modules written by fans, like mods and add-ons. But in this, it's completely integrated, and it has a lot of other great features. For anybody who knows anything about coasters, the golden rule of coaster design is no lateral G's. You want lots of positive and negative G, because vertical G's are the fun part, particularly negative. But lateral G's, that means being pushed to the side one way or the other, are uncomfortable and make people not want to ride your ride. This has the greatest feature of all. Well, there's two great features. One, every time you can add roll. Here's a little roll vertex, or whatever it's called, roll thing, and you specify how much of a roll you want on the track at this point. You know, how much you want it tilted. And it has a button here called no lateral G-force. Oh my god. In NoLimits 1, this took hours to tweak and refine and try to get it so there were no lateral G's. Now there's just a button. So you hit it and boom, no lateral G's. The other greatest thing is, we're looking at it now, it's called the G-force comb, which shows you the G-forces on every piece of track at any time. So we said no lateral G-forces here, and you see we don't have any lateral G-force, but we have a lot of positive vertical G-force, which you would expect when you're going at a high speed around a corner like that, but you don't have to worry about lateral G's anymore. You just press the button and it does it automatically for you. And if there's any problem sections of the track, they show up in red, and so you can take your little blue balls and move them around so they look more appealing and don't have red, because red means dangerous and harmful to humans, and you generally want humans to be riding your ride, so that's very important. So anyway, you can see you can do pretty much, I mean, I haven't even, that's about 2% of what you can do with this. Let's go look at something somebody else made. No, I don't want to save changes, because even though it's a terrible ride, it was set up so there's no lateral G's and everything is right where I wanted it. It was just short and pointless. Let's load up. How do you do it? Play? Nope. Nope. Still learning.